Okay, so welcome. It's past 11:30, I guess. I didn't even look at the time. 11:35, and I'd almost completely forgotten to do this because the day just got busy, and I wanted to come on, and I wanted to use the time today or this evening to do a little bit of celebration. Bailey, I'm doing a little bit of a victory lap because it's today, September 16th, that I moved here to Atlanta 25 years ago. 25. That's more years than you. My son's over to the side right here. That's more years than you. And I wanted to take a few moments to thank everyone. If you have employed me at all in the last 25 years, thank you. That employment is part of what has kept me right here in Atlanta, doing what I do, and then also doing crazy stuff like this as well. If you've been my friend at all, thank you very much. I know that sometimes that can be a bit much to put up with, but I really appreciate it. I've made a lot of amazing friends, both here in Atlanta and just in general in my travels in 25 years. And so, yeah, I wanted to jump on for a few minutes. And while we're testing some new stuff around here, I also wanted to leave this as a message because I realize not everybody's going to see this live. It's late. But you'll see this tomorrow, and you'll consider it my personal thank you for everything from the last 25 years. Your love, your support, your friendship, your conversations, everything. I'm so incredibly appreciative. Even in this time that's incredibly challenging, I'm very, very appreciative and really wanted to take a moment to use this technology to come to you and say thank you from right here. And Bailey, if you want to make it even more dramatic, you can put it on that close-up camera so I can get right up in each person's face and say thank you so very much. Go over that one. Thank you so very much. I'm just having fun with the technology now. We didn't aim that one very good, I just noticed that. Anyway, let's stay in this one. I like this, and this feels very homey. This feels like a fireside chat without the fire, Anyway, even with the challenging times that we've had, this year, I'm just as appreciative for this year as any other singular year that I've been here in Atlanta. And even through all of this, you guys have been so incredibly supportive, and I've had so many people watching out for me and watching my back, and that is not lost on me. That doesn't escape my purview for one single solitary second. And I thank everybody who has tried to make sure that we can keep the lights on around here and giving me things to do so I can do what I do. So thank you. While I'm on here, I wanted to also tell you and show you a few things that are going on. Some cool things that I've been working on, some of it during the downtime, some of it before the downtime. And I wanted to make sure that you knew about it so that you could check it out and know where we're going from here, because the plan is not to slow down or to stop or to do something different. The plan is full steam ahead and to do more, to be more active, to create more content, to give you more opportunities for us to interface and for me to share things with you and leave things for you. And Bailey, throw that first plate up that I had set up there. If you didn't already know, I just started a brand new YouTube channel this week called the Studio Test Kitchen, and that very first episode is up right now. And in that first episode, we're talking about this really, really cool snare drum that I got from Drum Supply House in Nashville. And so for the first episode, we're unboxing all these parts that make this really cool snare drum. And I interview Andy Foote, who is the owner and proprietor of Drum Supply House. And we talk for a few minutes about this snare drum specifically. There's a longer interview that I'm doing. I'm taking that interview is kind of a short snippet of a much longer interview I did with Andy that's going to come out on my regular YouTube channel. And should be on the Dial a Drummer podcast, which is getting fired back up here in the next few weeks. And where we talk about a lot more stuff specific to Drum Supply House. So that's something I'm really excited about, because the plan is once a week to come out with a brand new episode. You can put me back on the the camera 3 there, the Hey Buddy camera. We're gonna call it the Hey Buddy camera. The plan is to come out with a brand new episode every single week. This first set of episodes is kind of interesting because we're doing an unboxing for one episode. I'm assembling the drum in another episode, and then we're going to try out the product in the third episode. But normally, like with some ribbon microphones we've got, with a snare drum, another snare drum that we're going to be trying out in the studio, the whole episode is, here's the thing that I think's really cool that I want to put through its paces to show you how to use it. And here you go, let's get in the studio and use it. Like with the ribbon microphones, we'll use it with drum set. We'll have a little bit of acoustic guitar and a few other instruments. We'll have some vocals. We may even put a whole song together. I'm still putting together the content for that one. But Studio Test Kitchen, if you go to studiotestkitchen.com/EP01, episode 01, you can find it. Or if you just search for Studio Test Kitchen on YouTube, you'll be able to find that episode. So, Bailey, I've noticed with the new Facebook Live, it's funny, we've been gone for 4 months, and there's so much about all this live stuff that just isn't the same way it was when I left 4 months ago. So tonight's learning a lot of stuff about some new gear, some new methods we're using, and so I'm taking that opportunity as well. Bailey, let's go back over to the wide camera, but give me the wide camera where we're showing the desktop. It should be, yeah. So the other thing I wanted to show you was this other thing that I opened last week. And I can't really see who's jumping on the stream as we're talking. So feel free to leave a comment if you want to say hello or any of that good stuff. But I wanted to walk you through something really, really quick and just show you the brand new drum lesson website. And to kind of give you an idea of what's going to happen with the new site. Because what's there now and where we're headed, not completely different things. What you see now is just a taste of where we're going. So if you didn't already know, last week we launched Drum Corner, the Drum Corner website at drumcorner.net. And I just want to take you through it real quick because I'm actually been able to manipulate. You can see kind of manipulate my computer here. So when you go, this is basically going to be a repository for it's a whole site where we do video drum lessons, but that's just scratching the surface of what we're going to be doing at Drum Corner. The idea is to create an entire online community where drummers can go and take lessons or lectures, courses. If you just want to do an individual course, every month, we're going to be adding new courses. Like you probably saw the teaser for the drum setup guide. There's also this one that's on basic hand warm-ups. And so when you visit a course page, you actually can see what are all the course videos that are in that particular course. And then if there's something that's downloadable, you'll notice here that we've got a little paper clip. So with that exercise or that video, there's something that you can download that's usually exercises to practice or some kind of instructional material. So that's one level of engagement with the course. There's also you have the ability to do what's called the all access pass. And what that all access pass is going to get you, as you look at the list, is it's going to get you a lot more than just any course. The all access pass is going to open up all of the courses for you. So as long as your subscription is live, you'll be able to access any and all the classes that are currently in the catalog. So if you buy a course, you'll have access to it for life, for the rest of your life, or as long as there's web servers, you'll be able to get to that course that you purchased. Like the two that are up now are $9.99 a piece. And you get access to that course. And you'll get access to part of the community where you can interface with some of the students that are taking the same course. You can ask questions inside the course. You can get feedback from me inside the course, all that kind of stuff. But if you do this all access pass, that's really when the world opens up. And so you can kind of see from the list, not only do you get access to all of the courses that are currently published, there are actually going to be some hidden courses that are not available for public viewing. I'm going to show you a little bit of that in just a second. So as I'm developing a course, you'll have access to some of those courses as they're actually being built. So you'll actually be able to begin a course of study on a particular topic, and there may be 4 videos that are posted per month until we've got an entire course ready to be launched. Well, you will have been taking that course in real time as all of the episodes or the videos or the downloadables are released. You'll actually get those. There's an ebook technology that's built into the back of this site. So some of the content that'll be course driven will actually be driven by ebooks, especially some of the stuff that's not just about playing. There's going to be some interviews and some bonus content that we're going to house inside of the Drum Corner community. You're going to get, each week we're going to do some live lessons. Hey, John, how's it going, man? Yeah, a little, not so little B is off to the side. He's helping out because all my wireless stuff, we've changed all that and it's not quite working right. So once a week, we'll be doing a live stream from downstairs in the studio where I'm going to share a concept that's probably not in one of the courses. And then I'm going to open up the back half of that hour of streaming for Q&A sessions or discussions or any of that kind of stuff. At first, we may even do a few student evaluation things where if students send in a video and they want the community to see it as well, we'll actually do some live evaluation stuff. And it's the ability for me to teach one student and maybe solve the problems of 50 students at one time that are all struggling with the same thing. So we're going to use that weekly live stream for a lot of different things. So you'll have the live stream access if you've got the all access pass, and then you also have access to the entire catalog of all of the past live streams. And I hadn't really said anything about it yet, but I'll tell you, since you're watching right now, I'm probably going to load it up with 3 or 4 live streams that I record that are just standalone content before we even go live with that part of the site. There's a whole section I'll show you in a bit where you get audio play-alongs. We're trying to marry music with actual lesson content. So for every course that you may take, the idea is there's at least 1 to 6 play-along tunes that you can use. Or you can go to an entire library. I'll show you in a second. You can go to an entire library of play-alongs and just access those to practice with them as you'd like. There's, for people that sign up for the All Access Pass, you'll get access to a goals and objectives questionnaire. And it basically just asks you what your goals are for taking lessons or being a part of the Drum Corner community. And then from the answers that you derive from there, especially as we add more content to the site, it'll help you with developing a learning pathway through the site. And as it comes right now, most of the lessons that you're going to find are going to be taught by me, but this is not the Brian Stevens drum lesson website. This is the Drum Corner. And we've got some incredible instructors already signed up to create course content for the site. One in particular that I'm thinking about that we just started on this journey of putting courses together. I could teach some jazz courses on this site and do a pretty good job, especially in the Jazz 101 area. But I wanted to make sure that if we've got lessons where a teacher is teaching a topic, I want the absolute best I can get for you. So when it comes to putting a whole jazz drumming curriculum together for the Drum Corner, I went out and I found one of my favorite jazz drummers, who's also one of my favorite jazz educators. And I'm going to save the surprise for who that is for a few weeks when we actually roll out the first course. But so someone like that is going to teach that content. You may see me pop up in a lesson or two, or we may take some of course content and build it into a Q&A or a live lesson where I'll pop up into those things. But if we're going to have a jazz drumming area of Drum Corner, I want the absolute best for you. I don't want just this to be a vanity site for me to put my own lessons up. When we decide to start putting up metal drumming as a section of the site and to put courses up on that stuff, I'm not the person to teach you that. I can play double bass drum, but I'm not a metal drummer. I'm going to go out and find the absolute best metal drummer that I can find that's also the best instructor for that kind of music that I can find, and that's who's going to be your teacher. And so unlike some drum lesson websites or drum lesson communities or where you may get a handful of lessons from your favorite drummer, this is going to be a deep dive. This is going to be, if you think of it at like collegiate level instruction, we're really going to dive deep into all of these different subgenres of music and different styles of drumming. And there's going to be a lot of courses that Brian Stevens is going to write and put together for the site, and a lot of interaction that I'm going to have with you because I'm spearheading this as a project. But over time, you're going to get introduced to some of the greatest drummers in these different styles of music that also happen to be some of the greatest educators in drumming education and music education. And as we go along, we're going to have some other courses that are going to be rhythm section courses, that are going to be studio-based courses that really revolve around drummers in the studio. There's a real big plan for the kind of course material that is going to eventually live here at Drum Corner. So the goals and objectives questionnaire that I mentioned earlier is to get you started on these learning pathways and practice schedules. I'm in the middle of working on a whole course now on how to practice. And so that'll be one of the courses that you'll have access to. You can look on here and see what all the features are for someone who's got an all-access pass. I'll let you look at that yourself. What I wanted to show you was, I'm actually logged in on the back end here. And nope, that's not the one I want to show you. Yep, this one. All right, so already you'll notice if I log in as a student, it goes to a completely different homepage that we're in the process of just adding to this every single day. So immediately with your subscription, you see that you've got access to the 2 public courses that you can purchase a la carte. You have immediate access to those. So I want to show that to you. You're not going to hear this, but I do want you to see this and see the quality of the content that we're putting here. So these are broken down into smaller videos or small chapters. And everything's in HD, but all this stuff about this site is mobile friendly. So if you needed to use an iPad or an iPhone and you wanted to do your study from there, you can. So with this warm-ups course, there you go. You get me. And for this first video, I'm just talking about what we're doing. But you'll also see that we've got demonstration videos and all these are multicam. So what you'll be able to do is see each of these lessons from a myriad of of angles. For the course here on warming up, I think we used 3 cameras on this. So there's at least 3 cameras on this. So you got this wider shot that shows you everything where I'm sitting in front of you like this. Right now I'm talking and not playing, but I'm showing you kind of the stroke as we're going to use it. And then we've got a closer in vantage point of that. And at some point, yeah, there we go. I was waiting to see that. We got kind of a side angle that you can see as well. So those are the demonstration videos. And then with all of these courses, there are actual play along lessons where we're taking a concept and playing together, just like if you were in a private lesson. We're actually going to be playing together at various tempos, at various dynamic ranges. In this warm-up course, I picked 3 different tempos: slow, medium, and fast, or a peak tempo. And we're working on each one of those concepts and playing along together for 3 to 5 minutes solid. So the exact same kind of instruction that you would get if you came and take a private lesson with me is what you get in this course content. So you can see everything looks great. You can't hear it right now because we don't have that part hooked up, but everything sounds great. Super high fidelity on everything. I dare say this is some of the best quality in terms of being shot and with video and audio. So that's kind of a sneak peek of what one of those courses looks like. And there's also, I didn't show you as we were looking inside that course, the site also keeps up with how far you've progressed through each of these lessons. So at the top, you've got a bar that lets you know how far through the course you've gone. You get check marks every time you've completed a particular video. And then once you've downloaded all the downloadables, once you've gone through all of the videos, you'll also get a completion certificate that lets you know, hey, you've completed this course. You can, we've got sections where you can see who else has taken the course with you. And because of the messaging platform that this is built on, you can actually contact other students and actually interface with them directly. And then there's also discussion tabs for every single one of these videos. So if you've got a question, if you've got a comment, if you need something answered about a lesson, you can do it directly in the lesson. And over time, we build up kind of an FAQ. So maybe someone else 2 months from now has the same kind of question that you've got. They can look back in some of these comments and questions and see if the answer to their question is already there. So that's what a course looks like. You've also got, if you get the All Access Pass, there are already 2 sections that are available to you: the live webcast section, which holds the landing spot for the current or the upcoming live webcast, and a repository for all of the past live webcasts. And then I'm loading, this week I'm loading up this play along songs course panel. Everything's kind of in a course paradigm. And this is just really simple. We'll group all of these play along songs into ranges of 10 BPM. So you'd have, let's say 60 to 69 BPM, 70 to 79. So there'll be larger groups that are individual groupings of tempo ranges. And you'll also have some kind of indicator as to what that track is or what it does. Like this says Sun Fade, Indie Rock, 80 BPM. And you basically just go to that track and you hit play, and there you go. You play right along. Right now, all the play along songs that I'm loading are going to have a click track and the track without drums. And you can take whatever course material you're working on and play along with those play along songs. Especially when we add the jazz courses, some of these will purposefully only have a count off and no click, so that you're playing along with a live rhythm section, piano, drums, maybe piano, drums, and saxophone. And you won't have a click track at all. You'll have to learn how to sit inside the time of these other musicians and learn how to to kind of propel along with them and sit in a groove. So yeah, the play along song section, eventually within the next month, we're going to have at least a couple of dozen songs in there. By the end of the year, there'll be 50 or 60 songs that'll be in there. So you'll have a ton of different things that you can interface with. The courses, as we add them, will either include in line these play along songs, or they'll reference the play along section. Go ahead, Bailey, swap over to the close cam just for something different. There you go. I'll try and sit taller. Yeah, so the courses will either reference a play along tune that you can find in the play along section, or they'll actually be in line in the lesson. So maybe the instructor demonstrates by playing along with the track, and then you've got the play along track to work with as well. So that's what courses look like. That's what the interface looks like for the play along songs. The live webcast is a very similar format. In this case, the live webcast is always at the top. So if we pick Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, then you know to go directly to that same spot every time to get the live lesson. And then underneath will be just a repository for all that stuff. There are a lot of other features that are being built into this section of the site. If you're an all access member, there'll be a student directory where you can actually make friends. You can meet other people. You can build a profile with your picture and information about you. Eventually we'll have it where you can put things like your YouTube link or your Instagram link or any of your social stuff, so that you could actually interface outside platform with any of the students that are on the site. There's a daily news feed where I'm going to curate all kinds of drum news for you, whether it's new podcasts, new industry news, new products. And so you'll be able to hit this daily news feed and just see what's going on in the world of drumming. And there'll be all kinds of really cool articles and links that you can go to. And then there's a student resources section that I'm already starting to load up that has a lot of additional things. Like right now, there's a notebook feature to this whole platform where you can take notes, especially with the ebook component. You can take notes on stuff you're studying, and the site will hold all those notes for you and all those bookmarks, and you can go back to them. If there's things to listen to or things to look at, like in the Watch This section, we will have a section for drum solos, as I find great drum solos, and eventually as other students and other teachers find great drum solos, they can put them there for you. Different series for drummers, like I had to put Rational Funk in here. And so you just click through and it'll take you right to those things. We'll have an apps section or an online tools section that'll have apps, it'll have music theory stuff, practice journals, all kinds of resources that you'll be able to use in your education. The whole idea is that if we can provide it for you on platform, great. If it's something that's outside of platform, we're going to point you to it and it'll be right there for you. And you'll also be able to, as we go, be able to post your own links to things so that other people in the community can visit those as well. There's also, and by the time October rolls around, this will be populated with a bunch of cool content. If you're a part of the All Access community, there's a Facebook style social network that is all in platform, and it's a safe haven for you to be able to interact with other drummers. There'll be course discussion groups. So for every single course, there'll be a discussion group. If you want to post your own video of you doing something and let other students see it, and maybe you've got a hack or a cool way that you got through a particular exercise, you'll be able to post that for other people to see. And it's in a Facebook style format so that it's a familiar interface. You'll be able to share links and all kinds of things. We're going to have a bunch of prefabbed groups that you can join, a group for, say, church drummers. And so, like you'd normally do on Facebook, there'll be a student community of church drummers where you can commiserate with other drummers that do the same thing you do in the same ways. And it's all on platform. It's all super safe. There's a little bit of moderation of the platform so that if any of the stuff that we don't like seeing on Facebook ends up inside this community, that stuff's gone. So if somebody wants to post something political inside of our safe haven, our little sandbox together, that stuff's gone. We're going to keep everything topic specific for drummers. So there'll be a home studio community. So drummers home studio community. There'll be a community for just about everything you can think of that you can join and you can participate in. So this just gives you a really safe place to be able to do the things that you do, whether you're 12 years old or 72 years old. It doesn't matter. This is going to be a super safe place where you can interact with other students, and I'm going to be on the platform. The other teachers that we bring on to do courses are going to be on platform. And this is going to be really cool because it gives us a place to go to where we can interact and kind of lock the world outside of our little clubhouse and be able to really focus our attention on what we're doing, which is learning how to play drums better, learning how to play music better, learning how to be better musicians for the other people that we play with, all that great kind of stuff. So there's a lot of other features that we're going to be rolling out through the community feature here, and a lot of other features that are going to show up on the homepage. You'll be able to see how much content there is as we go along. You'll be able to keep up with your activity on the platform, how much time you're spending there. There's a little bit of gamification. So there's badges and titles and all kinds of rewards that you can earn for your time on the site. We're going to do site-wide giveaways for the student community. So we may be giving away pairs of sticks. We may be giving away drum heads. We may be giving away all kinds of different things. So once you're inside the community, there's all kinds of cool things that we'll be able to do here at Drum Corner. And over time, we're really going to develop a really robust learning environment that's multifaceted. When it comes to the private instruction part of it, it's going to be the closest thing you can get to an actual private lesson with world-class players who are also world-class teachers. And there are also going to be all kinds of other resources you can use to help you play better music, not just better drums. One feature there are a lot of little touches that we're building in. If you've got a question and you want it to be a part of the live webcast, the Q&A section of the live webcast, at the bottom of most all the pages in the entire platform is this little green button. And I don't know if we populated it with the right stuff yet. That's close enough, but not quite. But the idea here is that you basically, you just put your name in and you put your message, and you can, if you've got a question you want to show up in the Q&A for that week, you just type it into that Q&A. If you're working on a lesson and you want your question as a part of the weekly live cast Q&A, you just hit the green button, type it in there. It goes into a repository, and we'll put those into a queue, and we'll be able to pull from those. You'll be able to do some live questions as well when we're doing the live webcast. It'll be kind of a mix of the two. We'll curate the list of the preset questions, and we'll try and weave them into the live questions. And then there will be some times when we're doing live webcasts outside of the weekly get-together that are just Q&A. If I get a week where we get 50 questions, we may try and take 25 of them and answer them in an hour. So, so there'll be a lot of special programming. The great thing about this platform is also because of the studio here, being able to do live multi-cameras, we can do up to 9 cameras here. Full radio quality mixes. The plan is to do some concerts from here too that are specifically exclusive to the student community. So I'll be bringing in some of the world's greatest players to do either a concert for you downstairs in the studio, or we'll do live rhythm section master classes. Maybe I'll have a world-class guitar player in, and we'll be talking specifically about drums and interacting with guitar, or drums and songwriting, and any number of different things. So that's just a sneak peek of where we're at so far. There's a lot of features that are built into the backbone of the site already that we just hadn't populated the content. But that'll be those stuff that I'll get my words right here in a second. Those things will be coming online here in the next couple of weeks. And between now and the end of the year, we're just going to load the site up with all this great content, all these great features. And then definitely by January, we're going to be full tilt, man. Tons of great courses, tons of live webcasts that you can access, tons of play along stuff, a robust student community that interfaces with each other, has a great time, special events that are going to be on platform for you, like concerts and that sort of thing. And that's about everything that I can show you right now at Drum Corner. There's some features that are hidden right now that I can't tell you about that are going to be kind of cool that you haven't seen in other places. We're getting there though. Anyway, so yeah. And if you happen to make a friend, or if you've got a friend that's on platform, a drummer that's in your town, there's a whole messaging inbox feature where you can actually message back and forth. You can share links to things. You can share video. If you're working on something and your buddy's working on something and you want to form an accountability group where you're both working on the same courses together, you can do that all in platform, and it'll keep up with all of that stuff so that you can help track your progress and be accountable to someone else as you go through a particular course. There's all kinds of cool features that we're putting into this. So that's everything I got right now for you. I figured on this very, very special day to mark 25 years in this town, I wanted to show you one cool little thing and then one cool big thing that I've been working on for a while, and I'm glad that we've got it at least to this point. Now it's just a matter of seeing how little I can sleep while we generate new content for you. So keep your eye on Drum Corner. Feel free to pick up a course. Feel free to pick up a subscription. We're starting next week. We're going to start doing some live webcasts. And right now, all the features that you've seen so far are readily available and ready to go. We're just going to be adding features daily, weekly, and monthly to the site, and adding lots of content every single week. And that's everything I got about Drum Corner, man. That's every single thing I got about Drum Corner for you. And that's everything I got other than just to double back and say thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting me and my family and our growth in this town over the last 25 years. It's hard to believe that 25 years ago, right about now, we finished emptying a U-Haul with all my stuff and moved it into an apartment with two other dudes. And I started my journey in this town. And 25 years later, wonderful family, a wonderful place to live with a pretty incredible production facility that just happens to be in my house. Amazing friends, amazing gigs and sessions and teaching opportunities. I've gotten to travel so much over the last 25 years. I can't really thank any one person because I'd forget so many people. There's so many folks. So as much as this is just a global shout out, this is an individual shout out. If at any point you and I have worked together, spent time together, had a beer together, hung out together, had a lesson together, done a session together, anything, I can't say thank you enough. I have the life I have right now because of you. Because of your patronage, because of your goodwill and your faith in me for the things that I'm skilled at doing. So I'm going to wrap it up. I think we've taken enough time, and I want to say thank you so very much for 25 awesome years, and let's do 25 more together. How about it? I'm down. You're down. I'm down. All right, that's all I got for you. I guess I'll see you again when I see you. Later.